Broadcasting live from the Meridix via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. Good evening as we wrap up week 4 of the regular season with a big game between Pope Prep-CPA-GCA and Centennial. A game that if either team lose could jeopardize their hopes of finishing this first phase of the regular season with a good enough record to not have to do that round robin in phase 2 next month. Both teams are on the ice warming up. We're in the final minute of pregame warm-up, so we're going to have to very quickly do our pregame stuff. We're going to go over the results from Monday, plus the one game that's in the books tonight. Monday, Father Ryan beat Summit Page 5-1. Nolensville, Ensworth, Lipscomb, and Station Camp Liberty Creek ended in a 3-3 tie. Mount Juliet, Green Hill, Lebanon beat Centennial 8-3. Hendersonville Beach beat the Tennessee Outlaws 6-4. Rutherford Rampage beat USNBA Nashville Christian 8-4. Montgomery Bell beat Pope Prep CPA-GCA 3-2. Ravenwood beat Franklin BGA 8-0. And just now, our first result of the night on this Wednesday, Brentwood beat Independence 5-3. Game that's going on right now at Bellevue. Hendersonville Beach taking on Station Camp Liberty Creek. Hendersonville Beach taking on Station Camp Liberty Creek at Bellevue. And game that should be underway by now over on Rink B here at Centennial. Father Ryan taking on Rutherford, and of course here on Rink A, Pope Prep against Centennial. Let's talk about Pope Prep, coached by Justin Clark. This is their third game of the regular season. On opening night, September 28th, they drew 3-3 with Brentwood. And just this past Monday night, lost a heartbreaker, seeing Lee Guys score the game winner for NBA with just 25 seconds to go. They lose 3-2. Cash Branyon with 2 points from goals. Jacob Sullivan with 2 points from a goal and an assist. Isaac Rice and Nick Hollis, Jack Davis and Nick Pellegrino each with a point from a goal. Saxon Clements with a point from an assist. Anthony Pellegrino has played in both games. His record 0-1-1. He's played the full 84 minutes. Goals against average of 3 even. No shutouts. He's allowed 6 goals and 52 shots and turned away the other 46. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .880. On to Centennial, coached by Connor McKenzie. This is their on opening night. They drew with 3 losses and a draw. On opening night, they drew with Franklin 3-3. Franklin BGA opening night September 28th. Lost at Ravenwood 9-3, and then on 2 weeks ago tonight, they lost at Ravenwood 9-3, and then on Monday they lost 8-3 to Mount Juliet, Green Hill, Lebanon. And the GNASH website being slow to load again. Andrew Stratton in goal for Centennial as we're already getting ready to start this game. Looks like Anthony Pellegrino once again in goal for Pope Prep. I'm not sure for this first period. Centennial from right to left. And yeah, that is Anthony Pellegrino in goal for the Knights. Puck out at center on the far side. Isaac Rice knocked into the boards on the right wing side of the Centennial zone, bringing the puck in. Jacob Sullivan behind the net, squeezed into the boards. Alex Azaminia falls over. Puck swept over to the far boards. Dylan Bruton flipping it down low past Nick Claus. Ooh, and it was very nearly brought out in front by Cash Branyon. Puck now. Sullivan tried very nicely by Alex Azaminia out to center. This is a big game if you are a Ravenwood fan. Actually, I'm going to have to hold here. Puck is in the Pope Prep zone. Aiden Connect had it taken away. It's brought out to Branyon into the Centennial zone. He's in front of backhander. Stopped by Stratton with a right leg pad. Big save early as Branyon was able to get past the defense and make his way to the net. Eric Hilberg up to the blue line. Just holding it on the blue line was Carter Morrison. Puck on the right wing side now. And whipped around the boards to the near side by Nick Pellegrino. Awen Douglas trying to clear, and she gets it out on the second attempt. Aiden Connect knocked into the boards, the right wing side of the Pope Prep zone. Minute in. No stoppages just yet. Actually, a minute and a half in. Puck out at center. Swept back forward into the Pope Prep end by Brady Diamond. He banks it off the far boards for an icing. Centennial stats coming into today. Aiden Connect with 3 points from goals. Alex Ezeminia and Brendan Mitchell each with 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Cooper Davis, Dylan Bruton, Jack Finn, Calvin Zacharias all have 2 points from a goal and an assist. Aiden Gardner and Will Lassiter each with a point from a goal. Brady Diamond, Blake Connect, and Owen Boyer each with a point from an assist. The goalie stats, unfortunately, are not correct, so I cannot go over those. Right point, Isaac Rice with a shot. Just missed the net to the right of Stratton. Now the puck out in front of the net again. Oh, whiffing on a shot attempt in the slot was Eric Kilberg. Kilberg catches up to the puck. At this point, sends it back down the wall. Behind the net, Saxon Clemens. Off to Kilberg, who goes around the back of the net, comes out to the right wing side. Passing out to the center point, Nick Gentile decides to send it back into the corner. Blake Connect trying to clear it. Held in at the right point by Carter Morrison. Morrison tabbing it down in front of shot. Stopped at the far side of the net by Stratton on Isaac Rice. And the net was dislodged. Actually, no, we're going to get a cross-checking call against, I think it's Pope Prep, or is it Centennial? No, it's against. So Pope Prep getting the first power play of the game. 11:22 to go in the first. And no goals on the board just yet. So thanks to Independence losing to Brentwood, if this game ends in anything other than a win for Centennial, a tie or a loss to Pope Prep, Ravenwood's status for the rest of the season will be assured. They will be in Tier 1 for Phase 3 of the regular season, and they will be in the Predators Cup in the postseason. Draw one by Pope Prep. Isaac Rice, blue line. Passing over to the far side. Cash Brannion puts it out in front. Shot, stop, rebound, score! Brannion's shot was stopped by Stratton with a left leg pad, and then banging in the rebound at that same side of the net was Jacob Sullivan to give Pope Prep a 1-0 lead with 11:11 to go in the first. Took them just 12 seconds to convert the power play and get the first goal of the game. And a pass went through the skates. Forward pass went through the skates of Patrick McCarthy and into the Centennial zone for an icing. Patrick McCarthy, freshman at JP2, or Pope Prep. Draw to the left of Anthony Pellegrino. Won by the Knights. They bring it out to center. Oh, poked away by Calvin Zacharias. Jack Finn sending it towards the net. It's past the net. Puck out of the near boards. Comes up to the right point. Alex Ezeminia, a shot. Misses the net to the left of Pellegrino. Puck out on the far boards. Nick Kloss sending it down into the left wing corner. They try and put it in front. Oh, we're going to have a penalty against Pope Prep coming up. Oh, and Jack Finn pushing a Pope Prep player into the end boards after the whistle, but it was a light push. It's an interference call, and I think that is Coleman Glidewell going into the box for Pope Prep. So Centennial getting their first power play of the game, trailing 1-0 with 10:40 to go in the first. Draw is to the right of the goaltender Pellegrino, and they didn't put the penalty up before the ref dropped the puck, and a deflected shot turned away by Pellegrino from the right wing side, and the Knights able to clear the puck out. No, it's not Coleman Glidewell. It's Jack Davis in the box for Pope Prep. Calvin Zacharias through center. Into the Pope Prep zone on the right wing side. Tried to leave the puck at the right point for Jack Finn. And the Knights are able to clear. Cash Brannion. Through center into the Centennial zone on the right wing side with a shot. Turned away by Stratton with a blocker. Puck on the left wing boards. And puck picked up by Owen Boyer. Boyer carries to center. Actually, no, he's going to curl back in his own zone with Cash Brannion all over him. Brandon steals the puck, gets it out himself, passes to Anthony Pellegrino, who then dumps it back into the Centennial zone. Minute left in the power play for the Cougars. Puck out at center. Jack Finn into the Pope Prep zone. And a backhanded try from Aiden Connect was deflected. And the Knights able to clear. Centennial trying to get it out of the zone themselves. Brendan Mitchell at center. Into the Pope Prep zone on the left wing side. No, knocked down hard by Isaac Rice. And the puck cleared out. 30 seconds left in the man advantage for the Cougars. Blake Butcher backhanding it around the boards to the far side. Blake Connect. Ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell knocked off his stick. It's out at center, though. Eric Kilberg unable to control it. Here is Aiden Connect, left wing side. Trying to pass the slot that was swatted away. Centennial still with possession. Oh, Blake Butcher falls over the center point. Still got it down the slot, but Mitchell deflects it into the right wing corner. Penalty time against Pope Prep is up. They're back at even strength. Aiden Connect trying to pass the puck off. Knocked off the stick of Butcher. Here go Pope Prep again. Isaac Rice into the Centennial zone. Passes to his right and Kilberg. Kilberg over to Saxon Clements, who whiffed on the one-timer in the slot. Puck sliding back into the Pope Prep zone. It'll be picked up by Carter Morrison. Morrison trying to pass it over, but it went off the boards and away from Saxon Clements. Icing waved off. Clements pushes Blake Butcher into the boards, passes up top. Held in and a shot over the net off the stick of Nick Gentile. Cooper Davis gives it away to Nick Hollis. Hollis passing it down the left wall, back to the end boards. Behind the net, Clay Roach. Blake Connect beat him to it, gets it over to the far side. It's out at center. Slides back into the Centennial zone. Cooper Davis carries it out. Try to pass it ahead to Braden Marks, but it was intercepted and cleared. Now it's back in the Pope Prep zone on the left point, but carried out by Clay Roach, and he banks it off the left wing boards in the Centennial zone, and it goes for an icing. He's trying to see if he can get a breakout pass to Coleman Glidewell. That did not work. 7:27 to go in the first. Pope Prep still up 1-0 on Centennial. Draw is to the right of Anthony Pellegrino. Puck comes up to the right point. A shot from Alex Azamini, turned away by Pellegrino. And now the puck's going to be carried out by the Knights. Jack Davis, left wing side of the Centennial zone, trying to pass the slot off the stick of Clay Roach. Davis comes back out to the right wing side with the puck, trying to flip it to the slot. Braden Marks clears it out. Come back in by Clay Roach on goal, and they were just about called offside. Coleman Glidewell barely got back out of the zone as it touched the right leg pad of Andrew Stratton. Puck at center, dump back into the Centennial zone and offside. Jack Davis was battling with a Centennial player. Coleman Glidewell went into the zone and touched the puck to bring about the whistle. 6:42 to go in the first, still 1-0 Pope Prep. Draw is going to be on the dot right in front of the Centennial bench. We'll go over the standings during the first break. Draw one by Pope Prep and dumped into the Centennial zone. Alex Azaminia falls over in the left wing corner. Gets back to his skates. He is battling with Jacob Sullivan. Puck out on the far boards. And Will Astor is it taken away by Cash Brannion. Sent around to the left wing side. Passed up top to the left point. Nick Gentile sent back down to Ian Sullivan. Trying to put it in front. A backhander to be turned away by Stratton. Now Jacob Sullivan with a steal. Going in front of the net. And a shot turned away. And the net wide open. Sit towards the net. Oh, and Stratton was out of position but kicked it out with the inside of his right leg. Plus he had a couple of players laying down at the right-hand side of the net to prevent, I think it was Ian Sullivan, from burying it into the empty net and keep this a 1-0 game with 5:54 to go in the first. Draw to Stratton's right. Draw one by Pope Prep and a shot Stopped by Stratton. Shot coming from Isaac Rice. Puck out on the left wing side. Calvin Zacharias tried to clear. Oh, just about held in by Carter Morrison, but stolen away and cleared out. Now it's back in the Centennial zone. And Brendan Mitchell. Oh, looked like he was going to carry it to center. He turns it over. Eric Kilberg took it away. Now he has it back just above the right wing corner. He tried to pass to the slot and Isaac Rice, but he whiffed on it. Calvin Zacharias trying to get it up the boards. Brady Diamond clears it out, but gives it right to Nick Gentile, who sends it right back into the Centennial zone. Here is Calvin Zacharias. Over to Diamond off his stick. Diamond tried to clear it, actually hit Kilberg in the face. Nick Gentile backhands it back through the air, back into the Centennial end. Zacharias around the boards of the far side. Adam Horner's it poked off his stick on the right half wall. Pope Prep having their way with Centennial right now. There's a chance out in front, but the puck crawled up the slot away from Eric Kilberg when he was trying to go to the front of the net. Puck brought back in by Isaac Rice. He's on the right wing side. A shot kicked aside by the right leg pad of Stratton. Brendan Mitchell's going to carry it out. Try to pass ahead to Aiden Gardner. It's coming towards the Pope Prep net and covered up by Anthony Pellegrino. 4:26 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Pope Prep. As they are giving Centennial all sorts of fits right now. Draws to the left of Pellegrino. Won by Pope Prep. And Pat cleared out to center, but Blake connects with it for Centennial, sending it back the other way. It's back in the Pope Prep zone on the far side. It's still called Pope John Paul II. It's called Pope John Paul II still, but it's now Pope John Paul II Preparatory School instead of high school. They've added 7th and 8th grades. There's a chance for Aiden Gardner's shot missed the net from the left circle. So that's why they're Pope Prep now and not Pope JP2. Blake Butcher from the right point. His shot missed the net to the right of Pellegrino. Blake connects with a shot, I think missed. Clay Roach trying to get it out, poked away from his stick. Behind the net and passed over to the far side boards by Nick Pellegrino. Held in by Blake Connect. He sends it back down low. Connect comes back to him. He flips it behind the net. Brendan Careba passing ahead. Clay Roach is going to carry it out. Jack Davis dumps it into the Centennial zone. Blake Connect picks it up at the inboards. Pope Prep making some changes. Here's Connect on the far boards. Pass ahead at center is intercepted. Oh, a clearing attempt knocked down by Aiden Connect inside the Pope Prep zone, but the Knights able to get it out. Here is Jacob Sullivan back in the Centennial zone. He left the puck behind him when he was trying to go to the slot. Jack Finn back in the Pope Prep zone. On the left wing side, right wing side, his shot missed the net to the left of Pellegrino. Puck carried through center, back into the Centennial zone on the left wing side by Cash Branyan. Branyan backhands it over to the far boards. Comes up to the right point. And Carter Morrison sends it back down to Branyan, but off his stick and past the net it goes. Held in Nick Gentile. Gentile below the goal line. Put it out in front, but Alex Azaminia had Ian Sullivan tied up. Now Azaminia through center into the Pope Prep zone on the left wing side. Stops on the left circle. Holds his shot, kicked aside by the right leg pad of Anthony Pellegrino. Now back the other way go the Knights. Branyan in the Centennial zone, chasing the puck to the inboards. Put it out in front, and it's shot wide by Jacob Sullivan, and the net gets dislodged at the left-hand post, so that brings about a stoppage with 2:08 left in the first, and Pope Prep still up 1-0. Draw is going to be to the right of Andrew Stratton. So Centennial, this is their third to last game in their Phase 1 schedule. Monday they play Independence, and then next Wednesday they play NBA. Draw to the left of Stratton, where they might have to win to keep their Tier 1 status alive and not have to play in that round robin. Shot in the right point, misses the net. And a clearing attempt held in by Eric Kilberg, sent back down low. Isaac Rice behind the net. Comes out to the right wing side, past the slot, a one-timer, nice turned away. Nice save by Andrew Stratton on the one-timer from Carter Morrison, who found himself all alone in the slot. Puck cleared to the other end of the ice. It was touched by a Pope Prep sticking its way down, so no icing. Calvin Zacharias chasing the puck to the near boards. But Eric Hilberg comes up with it. Oh, but he almost lost it in front of his own net. And Anthony Pellegrino has to sweep it away with his stick. Now it's out on the far boards. And Pope Prep able to get it out. Oh, but a pass attempt to Isaac Rice hit the skate of Owen Boyer. Puck still ends up back in the Centennial zone. Now it's back in the Pope Prep end. And the Knights are going to end up icing it. 64 seconds left in the first. Pope Prep still up 1-0. Draw is going to be to the left of Anthony Pellegrino. Draw is to the left of Anthony Pellegrino. Already said that. Won by Centennial. Brendan Mitchell's shot turned away by Pellegrino. And now the puck cleared to center by Clay Roach, touched up a bit by Patrick McCarthy, but the puck sent back the other way by Blake Butcher, and he ends up icing it. We're inside the final minute of the first now. 51.6 seconds to go in fact. 1-0 Pope Prep. Draw to the right of Andrew Stratton. Draw one by Pope Prep. Clay Roach passing it down the wall to the inboards. Blake Butcher getting it over to the far side and held in at the right point. Then given back to Blake Connect, who clears. It's going to be another icing against Centennial maybe. No, it's not. It's going to be caught up to and swept along by Nick Hollis. 30 seconds left in the period. Puck held in at the left point and sent back down low. But the Knights come up with it in clear. They bring it to center. Jack Davis with a shot turned away by Stratton. Davis shooting as soon as he crossed the Centennial blue line. Puck out on the far boards. Blake Connect passing ahead to Adam Horner at center. Horner over to Brendan Mitchell. Had to go off his stick. And here come Pope Prep. And I think time's going to run out. One last shot broken up, and that is it. Clay Roach with a shot attempt that was broken up and swept away by the stick of Blake Butcher, and that is it for the first. It took less than 3 minutes for Pope Prep to get on the board. Jacob Sullivan scoring on the power play. And Pope Prep leads Centennial 1-0 at the end of one. So with the Brentwood Independence game in the books for tonight. Here are the standings. Again, Brentwood beating Independence 5-3 to kick off the night. Ravenwood leading Tier 1. Montgomery Bell third at 2-0. Franklin BGA draw 5 points. Montgomery Bell third at 2-0. Franklin BGA with 1 win, 1 loss, and 2 draws. Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon with a win and a draw. Pope Prep-CPA-GCA with 1 loss and 1 draw. Centennial 7th with 3 losses and a draw. Independence now 0-4 after the loss tonight. Tier 2, Rutherford Rampage and Father Ryan. They're playing each other over on Rink B right now. They're both 2-0. USNBA Nashville Christian at 2-1. Nolensville Lipscomb, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. Hendersonville Beach 1-1. Summit Page and the Outlaws both 1-3. Station Camp Liberty Creek at the bottom of Tier 2 with 1 loss and 1 draw. Ready to start the second period. Anthony Pellegrino is still in goal for Pope Prep. Drew Statton still in goal for Centennial for this second period. Pope Prep will move the puck from my left to right and Centennial from my right to left. Draw one by Pope Prep. Brought into the Centennial zone. Jacob Sullivan double team. The puck still comes towards the net. And Andrew Stratton has to cover, and that brings us the first whistle after just 9 seconds of play. Draw to the left of Stratton. Won by Centennial. Puck sent around the boards to the far side and cleared out to center. Off the stick of Nick Gentile, and it goes back into the Pope Prep end, so icing was waved off. It went off Gentile's stick. I'm sorry, not off Gentile's stick, the stick of Carter Morrison. No, it was Gentile. Morrison joined in. Centennial trying to get the puck out in front. Swept away, held into the right point, and a shot turned away by Pellegrino. And he makes another save on the rebound try from Aiden Gardner. It was Alex Azaminia with the initial shot. Now Alex Azaminia tried to drop it back up top, but it's stolen away and cleared by Cash Brannion. Now Cash Brannion at center, back into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Double team to the puck taken off him. Nick Gentile keeps it alive. And the puck out at center. Dylan Bruton had his stick tied up by Gentile. Puck in the referee's crease at center. Cash Brannion, left wing side of the Centennial zone now. In the left circle. Gets away from the defender. Closes in. A shot turned away by Stratton. It was Azaminia he was pulling away from. Puck at the inboards now. Azaminia trying to clear. And it's through center back into the Pope Prep end. And Cooper Davis is going to be beaten to the puck by Nick Hollis. Davis had quite a beat on it, but Hollis came racing in. Here's Isaac Rice through center. Into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Gets pushed off the puck. He has it back. Moving down the right wing side. Trying to put it in front. It was tipped towards the net. Tipped away. Now still in. Held in and backhanded down low from the right point by Nick Pellegrino. And now the Cougars are going to end up icing the puck. We're exactly 2 minutes into the second, 12 minutes left in the second, and Pope Prep still have a 1-0 lead. Draw is going to be to the left of Stratton. Centennial trying to get it out. Oh, it just stayed in. Here's Eric Kilberg trying to go down the slot. Triple team just about. Puck loose in the left circle. Cougars trying to get it out. They do. It's trickling through center back into the night zone. Picked up by Nick Pellegrino. Tried to backhand it out. Held in Awen Douglas. Oh, but it got away from her. And it's cleared out. Up the far side it goes. Swept away from Saxon Clements, but regained by Pope. And here's Isaac Rice back in the Centennial zone. The shot stopped and covered up by Stratton. 11:19 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Knights. Draw is to the left of Stratton. Won by the Knights. Left point, backhanded down low by Carter Morrison. It's in the left wing corner. Blake Butcher trying to move it along. It's behind the net. It's a shoulder hit, shoulder-to-shoulder hit with Clay Roach. Puck comes out to the near side. Centennial almost cleared it. Now it's brought out to center by Blake Connect. Connect trying to get over to the far side. Oh, but entering the zone way before Connect was Adam Horner, and that draws the offside whistle. Horner must have thought the official couldn't see him, but he did. Draw on the dot across from the Centennial bench. Won by the Cougars and dumped into the Pope Prep zones behind the net. Brendan Mitchell tried to get it out in front, was prevented from doing so by Carter Morrison. Puck out on the near side. Will Lassiter, bottom of the left circle, sending it towards the net. He hit the outside of the right-hand post. Puck put out in front, but intercepted by Morrison. And out at center with it is Jacob Sullivan into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Going around the back of the net, he stops behind the net. Now a shot in the left circle, gloved and held on to by Stratton. That's Ian Sullivan with a shot. 10:16 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Pope Prep. Draw is going to be to Stratton's right. I've been told that Jacob and Ian Sullivan are brothers. Like I said, there has been a situation before on Pope in the past where we've had two guys named Sullivan, but they weren't brothers and had to be told they weren't. I think it was Brendan and Jacob. No. somebody else. It was a few years back. I'd have to look. And a shot attempt by Nick Pellegrino, intercepted and carried out to center by Nick Kloss. Kloss gets bumped into at the Pope Prep blue line. It's in the Pope Prep zone. Nick Pellegrino tried to clear it out. Nick Kloss didn't know where it was. It's held in at the left point by Dylan Bruton. He sends it into the right wing corner. Jack Finn sends it behind the net. Trying to shoot, and Bruton ends up backhanding it into the netting above the glass in the left wing corner from the near side boards. 9:40 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Pope Prep. No, they're going to say it went off a Pope stick. Draw's going to be to the right of Anthony Pellegrino. Draw one by Pope Prep, but given away to Centennial. Braden Marks sends it into the right wing corner. Dylan Bruton behind the net. Pushed into the boards. Tried to drop it back deep. He does. Jack Finn with it now. Puck taken off him. Here's Nick Hollis up. There's going to be a penalty against Jack Finn. It looked like he tripped Jack Davis. Puck back in the Centennial zone. Touched up by Nick Kloss. And Finn goes to the box for roughing. 9:12 left in the second. Pope Prep going to the power play. Up 1-0. Their only goal came on their first power play in the first period. Draw to the right of Andrew Stratton. Alex Azaminia having to hustle to get off the ice. Centennial trying to get the puck out of their zone. It's held in. Cash Branyan, right point. Moving down the right wing side. A shot hits some skates. Comes over the left circle. A shot. Oh, and a tremendous save by Stratton as he dived across to turn away a shot from Carter Morrison. He dislodges the net, but that was a tremendous save. Otherwise, it might be 2-0. Draws to the right of Stratton. Won by Pope Prep. Cash Branyan, center point. Moving over to the right wing side a bit. Now back to the center point for Isaac Rice. Rice moving down the right wing now. Rice curling back up towards the top. Passes over to the left point. Carter Morrison. Morrison back up top. Rice. Now over to the right wing side. Branyan moving down the right circle. A shot turned away by Stratton. Puck passed over to the left wing side. Morrison. Now it's passed up to the center point and Rice. Rice moving down in the slot. Fakes a shot. Takes a shot. Stopped by Stratton. Rebound sent past the net by Jacob Sullivan. Here's Branyan. Now Rice passing over to the left wing side. Minute left in the power play for Pope Prep. Rice across to Branyan. He's in the right circle. A shot turned away by Stratton. Rebound. Carter Morrison turned away by Stratton. Here's Jacob Sullivan. A shot stopped by Stratton. Sullivan, another shot blocked by, I think, Owen Boyer. And now passed up and just held into the right point by Isaac Rice. Passed over to the left wing side and Morrison back to Rice. High slot, a shot. Blockered away by Stratton. Puck out on the far boards. It's out at center. Rice picks it up. 30 seconds left in the power play. Rice brings it back into the Centennial zone. Tried to get to the front of the net. He ran into Aiden Gardner. Caused him to drop his stick. Rice over to the right wing side. Cash Branyan. Back up top, Rice. Now Morrison, left circle, put in front, and a shot from, I think, Eric Kilberg was turned away by Stratton, and Centennial able to clear. Rice passing it back ahead to Morrison, steps back into the Centennial zone left wing side, passes in front, Saxon Clemens holding a backhander, stopped by Stratton. As time expires and Centennial get back to even strength, Andrew Stratton absolutely brilliant on that penalty kill. Puck inside the Pope Prep zone on the near boards. Blake Butcher trying to move it down low. It's behind the net. Oh, he got tripped. He got tripped by Nick Hollis moving along the boards. And Hollis is going to go to the box for it. Centennial will return to the power play down 1-0 with 6:48 to go in the second. As Nick Hollis will take his sin bin seat. Draw to the right of Anthony Pellegrino. One by Centennial. Blake connects, left point, passing over to the right point, Blake Butcher. Pass down to Jack Finn. Finn passing back up top to the right point, and Butcher. Butcher back across to connect. Back across Butcher, but intercepted by Jacob Sullivan. Sullivan down the Centennial slot. In front, oh! Blake Connect comes in and pokes the puck off his stick. What great back checking by Connect. Now Aiden Connect back in the Pope Prep zone. Picking his pocket is Jacob Sullivan, who tried to clear. Blake Connect holds it in. Connect now. Pass to the slot. Jack Finn had to go off his stick. He had to chase it to the right wing corner. Try to pass it out up top. Stolen by Jacob Sullivan. Cash Brannion at center. Into the Centennial zone. He dumps it to the inboards and waits for help. Pope Prep making a couple of changes to the line. Puck out at center. Nick Gentile flips it back into the Centennial zone. Pope Prep making another change. Under a minute left in the power play for the Cougars. Oh, and Eric Kilberg with a steal. Tried to pass to the slot. It went off a Centennial sticking out. Sent right back in, though, by Gentile from center. Jack Finn out on the far side of his own zone. Ahead to Aiden Connect, who ends up turning it over. Isaac Rice flips it ahead, knocked down at center by Blake Connect. Under 30 seconds left in the power play for Centennial. Blake Connect dumps it back into the Pope Prep zone. It's behind the net. Picked up by Nick Pellegrino, passing up the far side. It's in the Centennial zone. Offside warning against Pope Prep. And the Pope Prep players eventually clear, so that's waved off. Oh, and a steal. Isaac Rice with a steal and a shot turned away by Stratton. Alex Ezeminia with a shot that was with a pass attempt that was stolen away by Isaac Rice. And he fires off a shot that's turned away by Stratton. 7 seconds left of the power play. 4:55 to go in the second. Still 1-0. Pope Prep. Pope Prep are playing really good defense. Draws to Stratton's right. Draw one by Pope Prep. Isaac Rice going around the back of the net. Penalty against Pope is up. They're back at even strength. And there's going to be another penalty here. I think he may have gotten stick checked by Alex Ezeminia. Stick check maybe a little too hard, as Ezeminia was pressuring him on the boards. No, it's going to be Nick Kloss going off, it looks like. High sticking the call against Kloss. So Pope Prep back to the power play. 4:41 to go in the second. They lead 1-0. Draws to the right of Andrew Stratton. Well, Stratton was excellent on the last penalty kill for Centennial. They might need him again. And Centennial clear the puck out, but only as far as center. Cash Brannion with it for Pope. His pass attempt went off of Cooper Davis. And now it's back in the Centennial zone. Isaac Rice with it. Oh, he fell over trying to get around Owen Boyer. Puck in the inboards now. Rice with it. Passing up top to the left point, Carter Morrison. Morrison back over to Rice. Rice pinned into the boards by Brady Diamond, but Rice still with a puck. It's knocked away from him. He gets it back to the left point. And Jacob Sullivan. Sullivan now comes back to Rice. Rice, oh, he fumbled it. It just went over the blue line, and he brought it back in offside. 79 seconds to go on the power play. 4 minutes left in the second. Still 1-0 Pope Prep. Draw is going to be on the dot across from the Pope Prep bench. Oh, there's a penalty. There's a penalty against Pope. Jacob Sullivan in the box. I didn't see what the signal was, but we're 4-on-4 now for the next 79 seconds. Draws to the left. So it wasn't Rice pulling the puck back in offside. There was a penalty against Pope Prep, and he had to be controlling the puck, so they blew the whistle right away. Draw to the left of Anthony Pellegrino. Cleared out by Nick Gentile. Blake Connect at center. Trying to get it over to Dylan Bruton, but it's swept back into the Centennial zone by Carter Morrison. Under a minute left in the 4-on-4 now. Oh, and a clearing attempt went off a Pope Prep skate. The Cougars finally able to get it out. It's going to be icing against Dylan Bruton. 42 seconds left on the 4-on-4. 3:23 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Pope Prep. Draw going to be to the left of Andrew Stratton. One by Centennial, but it's picked up on the far side boards by Saxon Clements. Clements falls to his knees, trying to poke it up top. Calvin Zacharias with it now. And Centennial tried to clear it, was knocked down on the blue line by Carter Morrison. Here's a one-timer. Oh, missed the net to the right of Stratton. That was Clements. Minute left in the penalty against Pope Prep. Puck trickling back into their zone. Nick Gentile beats Aiden Gardner to it. Passes up the far side. Saxon Clemens out at center. Now Jack Davis into the Centennial zone on the left wing side. Drops it back. Gentile. Left circle. Shot blockered away by Stratton. Penalty against Centennial's up there on the power play for the next 41 seconds as Nick Kloss comes out of the box. Touches up the puck as he joins in the play. And now here's Calvin Zacharias. 30 seconds left of the power play for Centennial. Oh, he has a pass intercepted by Jack Davis, who gives it right back to Brady Diamond. And now here's Saxon Clements back in the Centennial zone. And he lost the puck. It comes to the front of the net. Oh, it went off of Stratton. And now the puck out in front again. Clements a shot. Turned away by Stratton, I think. Andrew Stratton has been huge in this second period. Puck sent back into the Centennial zone. Penalty time against Pope Prep is up. They're back at even strength. 2 minutes left in the period. Pope Prep up 1-0. Isaac Rice, right wing side. Had the puck chopped off his stick. Oh, and it was a slash. Owen Boyer trying to chop the puck off of Rice's stick. I guess he got his hand instead. So Boyer to the box for slashing. Pope Prep back to the power play up 1-0 with 1:52 to go in the second. Draw is going to be to the right of Andrew Stratton. Not a big crowd on here for this game. Mostly family members. But then again, we're pretty far away from the two main schools involved. Draw one by Pope Prep. Here's Carter Morrison moving in there. The shot turned away by Stratton. And the rebound cleared out by the Cougars. Anthony Pellegrino is going to leave it behind the net for Isaac Rice. Rice passing across to Carter Morrison. Morrison out at center. Across to Eric Kilberg, right wing side of the Centennial zone. He decides to chip it to the inboards. Puck over on the far side. Now held in at the left point and trying to send it back down was Isaac Rice. Blocked by Jack Finn. It's still in the zone, however. Carter Morrison with it, leaves it for Rice. Rice trying to go to the front of the net. He goes around the net, tries to backhand it out in front. It's blocked. Now Cash Brannion right point. Passing back down, but swatted out of the zone. Minute left in the second. Swatted out of the zone by Blake Connect. Cash Brannion will pick it up, stand behind his own net with it, step out to his right. Minute left in the power play for Pope. Isaac Rice. Through center. Back in the Centennial zone, left wing side. Curls around at the bottom of the left wing side. Passes up top to Carter Morrison. Now back over to Rice. Oh, Rice was actually too far away from him. Clearing attempt held in at the left point by Morrison. Pass just held in on the blue line. Cash Brannion, a shot stopped by Andrew Stratton. Under 30 seconds left of the period. Now 30 seconds left of the power play. Puck sent around to the far boards. Going to be held in at the left point. Isaac Rice. Bumps Jack Finn as he carries it down the left wing side. Passes off left circle. Eric Kilberg, a shot steered away. Oh, it looked like it was in the crease and had to be cleared out. Now a shot, score! Isaac Rice. But was it in before the buzzer? Does it count? I guess Well, I think it's 2-0 Pope Prep at the end of 2. Let me go check. Yes, it is a goal scored by Carter Morrison, a buzzer beater, and it is 2-0. Pope Prep. It was a power play goal, too. There were 7 seconds. It was a power play goal, too, so both of Pope's goals have come on the power play in this game. If this score holds, Ravenwood's status for the rest of the season is secure. Anthony Pellegrino still in goal for Pope Prep. Anthony Pellegrino still in goal for Pope Prep. Pope Prep win the draw to start the third period. Here's Will Lassiter, far boards, ahead to Cooper Davis. Davis into the Pope Prep zone, sends it to the inboards. Puck out in front, going to be picked up by Pope Prep. Oh, but given away to Brendan Mitchell. Mitchell, left circle, a shot. I think he missed the net. Puck over to the near side. Coming out towards the slot. And Will Lassiter just held it in, but he gave it away, and it was cleared out by Patrick McCarthy. Clay Roach sends it back into the Centennial zone. Went off the stick of Alex Azamini on its way back down. Azaminia still with the puck, backhands it around the boards to the far side, trying to get it to Will Lassiter. Lassiter tried to clear, comes up to the right point. Cash Brandon, a shot blocked by his own man's stick. Blocked by the stick of Clay Roach, who I think was looking for a tip, but it just stopped dead on the back of his blade. Puck out at center, trickling back into the Pope Prep zone. Cleared out. Clay Roach. Oh, now here's Jack Davis into the Centennial zone. Left circle, a shot. Just missed the net to the left of Stratton. Puck held in by Clay Roach in his shot. Gloved and held onto by Stratton. First stoppage of play after the first 86 seconds of the period. So if this result holds, or if Centennial come back and only tie again, Ravenwood's status for the rest of the season is secure. Earlier this evening, draw to the left of Stratton. Won by Pope, and Indy losing to Brentwood earlier this evening. Draw to the left of Stratton. Won by Pope Prep. Nick Gentile, a shot. Comes across. Oh, Stratton to dive out and cover with Eric Kilberg trying to get to the left-hand side of the net. Draw to the left of Stratton again. Centennial, but Dylan Bruton had it poked off his stick. Saxon Clemens, a backhanded shot, stopped by Stratton. Rebound carried behind the net by Eric Kilberg. Saxon Clemens tried to get it back to Kilberg. Now here's Brady Diamond on the far side. Clearing it up the wall, back into the Pope Prep zone. This could be an icing. No, waved off. Here's Isaac Rice flipping the puck ahead and back into the Centennial zone. It lands softly, so Owen Boyer will track it down before the goal line. Owen Boyer almost gives it away. Eric Kilberg to the slot. Tried to drop it back. And Brady Diamond tried to clear. It was knocked down almost with a high stick by Saxon Clemens. I think he just kept it below the goal crossbar. Now the puck back in the Pope Prep zone. Puck kicked back into the Centennial end. Brady Diamond clears, but he gives it right to Nick Gentile, who dumps it back into the Centennial end. Here's Brady Diamond banking it off the far boards, but it comes to the right point, and Isaac Rice just sends it past the net. I thought he was going to pass it to Cash Brannion, who was almost all alone going towards the net. I don't think Brannion realized he was trying to get it to him. Rice again holding it up, but Aiden Connect trying to clear. Rice again holding it in. Ian Sullivan forced to the inboards by Eden Connect. Connect sending it around to the near side. Calvin Zacharias decides to drop it back around to the far side. Ian Sullivan tried to get it back behind the net to Cash Branian. Knocked down by Brady Diamond. Cleared to center, but only as far as the red line. Puck flipped through the air, back into the Centennial zone, down the right wing boards. Owen Boyer squeezing. I think it's Jacob Sullivan up against the boards. Now the puck passed up the far side. This could be an icing, and it's waved off. It'll be tracked down by Nick Hollis. Hollis trying to clear it up the far side. Aiden Connect sending it back down, going to pick it up behind the net. But he has it taken away. Blake Connect, puck cleared out to center by Pope. Blake Connect banks it off the near boards, but it's picked up by Cash Branian. Branian through center, back into the Centennial zone. Got the puck around Blake Connect, but he couldn't get around Connect himself. And losing his stick, trying to work the puck around the boards was Blake Connect. Puck sent towards the net, a shot turned away, and Clay Roach kind of took a shot. Cooper Davis is going to go to the box for cross-checking. Pope Prep returning to the power play with 9:46 to go. They're up 2-0. Draw to the right of Stratton. Won by Centennial and cleared. Brendan Mitchell going to chase it down and get to it in the Pope Prep zone, but he has the puck taken away from him right away. Here go the Knights to center. Isaac Rice brings it into the Centennial zone. Puck taken off him. They try and clear. Held into the blue line by Carter Morrison. Morrison holding it. Passing back up to the center point and Isaac Rice. Rice over to the right wing side. Shot from Cash Branian. Stopped by Stratton. Puck carried around to the right-hand side of the net, but knocked off the stick of Jacob Sullivan. He was looking for a sneaky wraparound. I think Stratton would have stopped him. Right point, Rice. Top of the left circle, Morrison. Back across to the right wing side, Branian in the right circle. A shot. Stop, rebound, score. Stratton with a save, and I think Jacob Sullivan was there to knock in the rebound to make it 3-0 Pope Prep with 8:58 to go and convert the power play. Centennial getting the puck into the Pope Prep zone off the draw, but it's taken away by the Knights. Flipped through the air and gloved and held on to by Stratton. That was Jack Davis flipping it through the air. Draw to the left of Stratton. Won by Pope. Puck sent down the boards. Clay Roach passing over to the left wing corner. Saxon Clements tried to put out in front. It was deflected away from Jack Davis by Jack Finn. Nice deflection by Finn. Puck brought back into the Centennial zone by Saxon Clements. He tried to send it towards the net. Steered away by Owen Boyer. Jack Finn carries it out to center. Finn, right wing side of the Pope Prep zone, tries to go to the front of the net. A shot missed the net to the left of Pellegrino. Oh, and then the puck sent wide from right in front by Will Lassiter. Puck on the near boards, and a pass intercepted. Here's Jack Davis going to the Centennial net. A shot stopped by Stratton. He's got it between his legs. Davis broke up a cross-ice pass, chased it all the way into the Centennial zone and got off a shot. Stratton squeezed it between his legs to keep this a 3-0 deficit for the Cougars with 8:05 to go. Draw is going to be to Stratton's left. Centennial get the puck out of the zone off the draw, but Pope Prep control again. Carter Morrison. Going to be dumped into the Centennial zone by Marshall McMurtry. Comes back to McMurtry at the right point, and he tried to send it towards the net. It hit Coleman Glidewell, who wasn't aware of it. Centennial still trying to get it out on the right wing side. Blake Connect getting it over to Dylan Bruton at center. Bruton into the Pope Prep zone. Oh, but he fumbled it right in the blue line. Dumped back into the Centennial zone by Coleman Glidewell. Puck out on the far boards. Now here's Awen Douglas. Oh, Douglas almost left the puck behind her inside her own zone. She gets it into the Pope Prep end where it's picked up by Isaac Rice. Here's Isaac Rice, right wing side of the Centennial zone. Blake Connect forcing him off the puck. Connect going to send it around to the near side, and Bruton, who clears it out to center over to the far side, but Rice is going to send it, it's going to be sent ahead to Rice by I'm not sure who. It's back in the Centennial zone in the right wing corner. That was Marshall McMurtry getting it back to Rice, allowing him to dump it back into the Centennial end. Puck over on the far side, here's Blake Connect. Oh, Connect and Rice run into each other right at the Centennial blue line. Here's Calvin Zacharias, right wing side of the Pope Prep zone. A shot. Missed the net. Is deflected into the netting above the glass. 6:26 to go. Still 3-0. Pope Prep. Here come Pope Prep again. Puck taken away by Centennial, sent back into the night zone. Now it's out on the far side, Cooper Davis. Oh, Pettit taken away. Jacob Sullivan. Puck knocked off his stick back into the Pope Prep zone. Nick Pellegrino's going to track it down. Pass it over to the far side. Cooper Davis trying to send it towards the net. Went off a stick and went behind the net. Now Davis again, left wing corner. Put it out in front, but right onto a Pope Prep stick. The stick of Saxon Clements. Clements through center. I'm sorry, it was Jacob Sullivan. Cash Brannion dropping it back down behind the Centennial net for Jacob Sullivan. Sullivan doing a nice job of protecting the puck against Alex Ezemania. Gets bumped into the boards by Nick Kloss. Puck comes around to the near side. Here's Ian Sullivan. It's loose and picked up by Nick Hollis. Hollis trying to carry it to the front of the net. Knocked off his stick. Calvin Zacharias gives it away. A shot by Brannion. Turned away by Stratton. Brannion shooting from the right circle. Puck held in at the right point. Now in the right circle, a shot by Nick Pellegrino. Stopped. Oh, and then Alex Ezemania almost, I don't know if he swept it towards Stratton or if it got knocked off his stick, but he almost put it in his own net. Here's Brannion again shooting as he moved into the net, turned away by Stratton. Now, puck put out in the crease, and oh, Stratton dives on it to cover. Andrew Stratton is the only reason it's not worse than 3-0 right now. .454 to go. Still 3-0 Pope Prep. Draw was to the right of Stratton. Pope Prep with it. Oh, now the puck squeaks out in front. It was knocked away from Saxon Clements by Brady Diamond. Good puck awareness by Diamond. Here's Clay Roach chasing it to the far side up, and there's going to be a penalty against Pope, I think. A high sticking call. I think it's against Clay Roach. Or is it against Boy? Oh, or box for high sticking. And Pope Prep back on the power play. Up 3-0 with 4:30 to go, and you feel like if they score here, this game is dead and buried. Draw one by Pope Prep. Blake Connect going to clear it from his own end boards. Here's Nick Pellegrino tracking it down. Going to leave it at the inboards for Jack Davis. Davis. Around the back of his own net. Passing it up the far side to Nick Pellegrino. Ahead to Clay Roach at centers. Roach brings it back into the Centennial zone. Nick Gentile a shot. Would have missed the net, but steering it away with his stick just to be safe was Andrew Stratton. Puck behind the net. Oh, and Brady Diamond knocked into the boards by Jack Davis, and that's going to draw a penalty against Davis. It's a roughing call against Davis. So it'll be a 75-second 4-on-4, 3:45 to go. Pope Prep up 3-0. They have scored a goal in each period. In fact, their goal in the second period was right at the buzzer. A buzzer beater by Isaac Rice. Draw to the right of Anthony Pellegrino. It's won by Pope Prep. Isaac Rice through center into the Centennial zone on the left wing side. Brady Diamond takes the puck away, tries to clear, held into the left point, Eric Kilberg. Over to the right wing side, Nick Collis. Blockered into the netting above the glass by Andrew Stratton. Under a minute left in the 4-on-4 now. Draw going to be to Stratton's right. One by Centennial. They try and clear. They do. It's cleared out. Pope Prep picking it back up. Puck deflected back into the Centennial zone by Isaac Rice. Jack Finn. Pass across. Broken up. But then cleared out. Nick Pellegrino broke it up. Hand pass called against Centennial. And it was inside the zone, so they'll drop the puck to the left of Stratton. Draw one by Centennial. Alex Azaminio almost giving the puck away in front of his own net. Oh, and it's just backhanded wide to the right of Stratton by Jacob Sullivan. Sullivan now puts it in the crease on the wraparound, and it was stopped by Stratton, and the rebound cleared out by Alex Azaminio. Minute left in the penalty against Pope. We still got some time in the 4-on-4. 10 seconds left on it. Pope Prep getting it out of their own zone. Penalty time against Centennial is up. They're on the power play for the next 45 seconds. Saxon Clements having to have the puck taken away from him inside the Centennial zone. Oh, but a steal by Jacob Sullivan. And then Alex Azaminio gets it off his stick. Now Azaminio to center for Jack Finn, who flips it back into the Pope Prep zone under 30 seconds left of the power play for Centennial. Owen Boyer knocking down a clearing attempt. But it comes out to Carter Morrison, who drops it down to Nick Pellegrino. I don't know why Morrison didn't try and clear. Oh, but then it's kicked out by Saxon Clements out to center. Here's Azaminio. Back into the Pope Prep zone. Penalty time against Pope is up. They're back at even strength. Knights trying to get it out. They do. Alex Azaminio chasing it through center. Backhanding it over towards the far side. Now here's Brendan Mitchell. Puck knocked off his stick. Owen Boyer almost gave it away to Eric Kilberg, but it hopped on him. Now Kilberg takes it away from Brendan Mitchell. Puck back in the Centennial zone. Alex Azaminio almost fell over trying to clear it out. He did get it out, but Pope Prep have it again. Flipped back into the Centennial zone by Carter Morrison. And a clearing attempt knocked down to the blue line by the Knights. It was by Cash Branyan. Alex Azaminio clearing the puck out again. This is coming towards the Pope Prep net. It's going to go past it for an icing as we have reached exactly 1 minute left with Pope Prep up 3-0. Hendersonville beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 7-1. Draw to the left of Stratton. Won by Centennial. Aiden connect away, but he gives her. But Nick Gentile takes the puck away, but he gives it away to Blake Butcher. Across to the far side, Braden Marks. He's in the Pope Prep zone, but offside. Somebody stepped over the blue line before Marks did. So Hendersonville Beats, with their win, go to 2-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek now with 2 losses and a draw. 46.1 seconds left. Draw on the dot across from the Pope Prep bench. Centennial won it, but taken away by the Knights. Here's Isaac Rice into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Passing it up the right wing boards. Eric Kilberg kept it on the half wall. Now here is Isaac Rice. 30 seconds left in the game. Kilberg in the right wing corner. Now Rice. Pinned up against the boards. Braden Marks tried to get it out. Here's Rice with it again. Marks trying to clear, held into the right point. Carter Morrison, a shot. Gloved and held onto by Stratton. 14.1 seconds left. Excuse me. So Ravenwood's status for the rest of the season is going to be secure. Draw is to the left of Stratton. Draw one by Centennial. Awen Douglas carries it out to center. Brought into the prep zone by Blake Kinnick, but offside. I think Aiden Gardner stepped into the zone before he did. 6.3 seconds to go. Draw on the dot right in front of the Pope Prep bench. It's won by Pope Prep. Eric Kilberg carries it back towards his own net, and Pope Prep get their first win of the season, beating Centennial 3-0, and Ravenwood's status for the rest of the season is secure. They will be in Tier 1 for Phase 3, and they will play in the Predators Cup in the postseason. Pope Prep win 3-0. I'm going to go check the score sheet. So the goals for Pope Prep were scored by Jacob Sullivan, Isaac Rice, and Eric Kilberg. Jacob Sullivan is player of the game. He has the game-winning goal plus 1 assist on the Rice buzzer beater at the end of the second. As Pope Prep beats Centennial Pope Prep beats Centennial 3-0. And now, folks, I got to type out some more. Hold on, folks. I know I'm not talking, but Facebook is ticking me off right now because I'm trying to get this message out. Rink B real quick. Hold on, folks. You know what? I'm going to go to Rink B real quick and see if there's a final there. Father Ryan up 4-2 on 7 seconds to go. So Centennial are now 0-4-1, 4 losses and a draw. Pope Prep, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. So Centennial, I think Centennial have to win out. Now, I think they have to beat both Indy and they are going to end up having to do that round robin. Let's check here. Hendersonville beating Station Camp 7-1. All right, I'm going to go watch the finish of that Father Ryan Rutherford game. I'll be right back. Father Ryan beat Rutherford 5-2 to move to 3-0 on the season. Rutherford losing for the first time, but that might be their only loss of the season, folks. Or their only loss of this phase, I should say. All right, so the night in GNASH is done, and so is the week in GNASH. Final scores tonight. It's 3. Brentwood 5. Liberty Creek 1. I wonder if Liberty Creek beats 7. Station Camp Liberty Creek 1. I wonder if Liberty Creek goes again like they have done their first 2 games. Both Mac Miles and Robinson Howard. They're not going to be in tier, so they're experimenting right now for the rest of the year. Okay, so Brentwood beat Independence 5-3. Hendersonville Beach beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 7-1. Pope Prep-CPA-GCA beat Centennial 3-0. And Father Ryan beat Rutherford Rampage 5-2. So, here are the standings after tonight. Ravenwood leading Tier 1 at 3-0. Again, they are safe. They already have 6 points. Independents have already lost 4 games. The worst record Ravenwood could finish with is 3-4. Finish this first phase with is 3-4. The best record is 4. So even if they finished with the same record, Indy would be placed below Ravenwood because, of course, Ravenwood beat them last month. And Centennial are now 0-4-1. They only have 1 point from a draw. They have 2 games left. If they win them both, that's only 5 points, one shy of what Ravenwood's already got. So Ravenwood are safe for the rest of this phase, and they will be in Tier 1 when Phase 3 begins after Thanksgiving. Brentwood in second at 2-0-1. They are a couple of points away from safety. MBA, Franklin BGA at 1-1-2. 1 win, 1 loss, 2 draws. Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon with a win and a draw. Pope Prep-CPA-GCA now 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. Centennial 4 losses and a draw, and Independence now 0-4. On to Tier 2. Father Ryan now leading at 3-0. Rutherford Rampage at 2-1. USNBA Nashville Christian also at 2-1, but Rutherford beat USN, so they're placed ahead of them. Hendersonville Beach now 2-1 after their win tonight. Nolensville Ensworth Lipscomb 1-1-1. Summit Page and the Outlaws both at 1-3. You place Summit Page ahead of the Outlaws because they beat them last month, and Station Camp Liberty Creek are at 0-2-1. 2 losses and a draw. Here is the schedule for next week. As I'm trying to get this thing to scroll down to Monday. Father Ryan and USN are the 2 teams not playing on Monday. They'll play each other next Wednesday. Monday, we have 2 5 o'clock starts. One in Bellevue between Hendersonville Beach and Nolensville Ensworth Lipscomb. And over on Rink B here at Centennial, Ravenwood against Pope Prep-CPA-GCA. 6:30 over on Rink B, Tennessee Outlaws taking on Station Camp Liberty Creek. That's 6:35 in Bellevue, Franklin BGA against MBA. 7:40 on Rink A here at Centennial. Centennial against Independence. Centennial have to win their last 2 games of this first phase to have any hope of not having to play in that round robin. 8 o'clock on Rink B, Brentwood taking on Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon, and at 8:10 at Bellevue, Rutherford Rampage taking on Summit Page. You got to think that Rutherford are favorites in that one. Next Wednesday, 7:10 on Rink A here at Centennial. Franklin taking on Brentwood. 8 o'clock in Bellevue, Father Ryan taking on USNBA Nashville Christian. 8:30 on Rink B here at Centennial. NBA against Centennial in Centennial's final game in Phase 1. And if they don't win this, they're bound for the round robin. 8:40 over on Rink A here at Centennial. Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon taking on Pope Prep-CPA-GCA. Monday, we'll bring you a doubleheader from Rink B, the Outlaws and Station Camp. Be on the air at 6:25 for a 6:30 face-off. And then 8 o'clock, Brentwood against Mount Juliet. We'll be on the air at 7:50 for an 8 o'clock face-off. It's a 10-minute pregame show because this is the first time, surprise to me, that we are covering Brentwood this season. And then next Wednesday, we back over on Rink B at 8:30, 8:25 pregame for NBA against Centennial as Centennial desperately need a win in order to not have to do that round robin come November. So, that's it. I didn't think that things would unfold this way, but they are unfolding this way. Centennial need to beat Independence and NBA next week in order to have any chance of escaping the Phase 2 round robin, where they'll have to fight for their place in Tier 1. Pope Prep-CPA-GCA beat Centennial tonight 3-0. A great performance by the Knights, who now have 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 draw. The Cougars now with 4 losses and a draw. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all so much for listening both nights this week. We'll talk to you again on Monday night at 6:25. Outlaw Station Camp Liberty Creek, followed by Brentwood and Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon. Good night from Centennial, everybody.